Hi, thank you for watching my channel, Your True Self. My name's Sarah and today I am going to be talking about films. I absolutely love films, not probably quite as much as I love books, but it's storytelling in another form and I love all of the different art forms that are out there, and so I wanted to talk about films today because probably some of you are really into films as well. So I wanted to do a kind of best of the year so far, but I got the idea from Tired Mama Tries to Read, whose channel is amazing, you should check her out, by doing it in the form of questions and answers. And so I was going to take the questions that she did for best reads of the year so far, but I actually ended up making up my own because they weren't really as applicable, all of them, when you put them into film form. So I'm just going to kick straight off. So number one is best documentary film. This is one called Expedition Happiness, which follows a boyfriend and girlfriend as they travel through America from north to south, and with their dog Rudy, and it's a beautifully done documentary. I really like the characters. I really liked the I don't know, the how it was filmed, I guess, and the soundtrack is gorgeous. The girl in the film, she is a recording artist under the name of Mowgli, and her album is the soundtrack to the film, and it's really good, and so I'd recommend that one. Number two is the funniest film I've watched so far. That would have to be I Feel Pretty. It's not only funny, but it's got a really important message about self-image, body image, about women supporting each other, and I'd really recommend this for a funny, feel-good film, but with a serious underlying message. Film three, what is the film that made me cry? I've chosen two that I watched last year which made me cry the most, I would say. So one is Collateral Beauty, which is a Will Smith film. He's amazing in it, and it's about grief, and it has a twist as well, and it's beautiful and hard-hitting and sad, but it will make you cry, but it's really worth watching. And the second one in that category was A Dog's Purpose, which is probably a kid's film, but I watched it while I was feeding the guy in the middle of the night, my little boy, and it was really uplifting and lovely, but also really sad. I think any film with dogs in, I've never had a dog, I've always only had cats, but it just there's bits in it which will just make you sad and cry, but it is lovely, so I'd recommend it as well. Next, film crush. So I'm guessing I've taken this more as a character rather than an actor. Actor for me will always be Tom Hardy, but I haven't actually watched any Tom Hardy films this year, which is crazy, probably because I've watched them all already and he hasn't released anything this year yet. But my film crush for the year is Mikhail Huisman in the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. So I'll put a picture up here so that you can see for yourselves. Best film, book to film adaptation was the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I have to say, the book, I kind of want to read it again because it had so much buzz at the time. I wasn't massively enamoured with it, but I really loved the film. And so I'd really recommend watching the film. It's set on Guernsey in World War II, and it's a film about books and loss and friendship, and yeah, I really want to read the book again now because I loved the film so much. Okay, and number seven, the grittiest film. The grittiest film was definitely Three Billboards. I really love this. Frances McDormand was fantastic in it. Woody Harrelson was fantastic. It's about a woman whose daughter has been murdered, and she's trying to push along the police investigation, which is kind of stalling. And it's the acting is fantastic. It's really gritty, really real and really raw. And it got lots of nominations at award season, and I think it's a shame it didn't win Best Picture because it was so good. So I'd really recommend that one. Number 8, best acting. So this is the award for me goes to Gemma Arterton. I saw actually this morning a film called The Escape, where she plays a mum who's suffering from depression, who wants to escape from her life being a housewife with 2 children, and she acted it so well. I thought she was brilliant in the role. So I'd have to say Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards was definitely alongside her, but just to pick a different film, then I would go for Gemma Arterton in The Escape. A recommendation. So I tried to pick one that everyone won't have already seen, and I would recommend Call Me By Your Name, which is an LGBTQ film that came out at the end of last year. It was absolutely beautiful, like gobsmackingly, amazingly beautiful, about a French boy called Elio who falls in love with a student who's coming to stay with his family for the summer called Oliver, and their love story, and it was just so well acted, so beautifully shot, just gorgeous. Like, I'd recommend it to anyone. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's my recommendation of one that wasn't in the mainstream. Biggest surprise. So that for me, I usually go to cinema with one of my best friends, Lindsay, because she loves films as much as I do. And we have tried this year to see some more uplifting films, because sometimes we find that we just go and see misery after misery. And so we went to see Jurassic Park, the latest one, and it was really good. Like, I wouldn't have ever planned on going to see it, but then I saw the trailer for it and I thought, actually, I really fancy this. So we went to see it, and it was really, really good. Like, I saw the first one in the 90s when I was really small, and I haven't watched any of them since, but I want to go back and watch the others now, because I really enjoyed it, especially at the cinema. The atmosphere was really good, and so that was my biggest surprise hit. Number whatever, I'm not sure what number I'm on now. The best new actor that I've discovered would be Lily James. I've seen her. She's the lead in Mamma Mia 2. She's also in the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society as the main female lead, and she's fab. I really like her, and I've enjoyed watching her. A small and bit recommended film. So I've got 2 films that I've watched this year, which are small indie films that I would really recommend, that you probably won't have heard of unless you have an independent cinema, which thankfully I do. One is called The Bookshop, and this is an adaptation of a novel, and it's about a lady who lives in the big house in the village, and she wants to turn it into a bookshop, which she does, but there are locals who really don't want her to do so, and it's about the books and her love for books and talking to people about books. Bill Nighy's in it. I absolutely adore Bill Nighy, really love him, and he's great in it, and Emily Watson is the female lead, and she's great in it, and it's about books, so obviously I love it. So I'd really recommend that. And then the second one is called Before We Go, one I found on Netflix, which I'd never heard of before, and it's about it's set in one night. It's about a man and a woman who meet. The man tries to help the woman in a difficult situation, and they end up spending the night together in a literal sense, spending the night together, and about how those 12 hours, how you can just have a chance meeting with someone, and those 12 hours can just be really amazing. So that was a small film that I'd never heard of, but I just came across on Netflix and really enjoyed. We're nearly there. My LGBTQ plus recommendation is Love, Simon. I read the book of that this year and loved the book, and it's about Simon, who is a gay teen who is struggling to come out to his friends and family, and it's about his first love. So my penultimate one, an oldie but a goodie. So I watched What's Love Got to Do With It, which is the biography of Tina Turner, but acted, and it's amazing. I didn't actually know too much about Tina Turner, but it covers her and her relationship with Ike, and it was, blew me away. The acting is incredible, the story's incredible, the music's incredible. It's really old. It's probably, I don't know, 25 years old maybe. But yeah, it's a brilliant film. I'd really recommend it. And the last one is rewatch. So I am a big film rewatcher. If I have like my sort of little set of films which I adore, I will happily watch them time and time again. I guess with books I do it a bit less often, but it's probably because books are a much bigger time commitment. Films I'll happily watch. If someone asks me to watch a film with them that I've already seen and I've enjoyed it, I'll happily watch it again. My favourite rewatch was Captain Fantastic, which I adore this film. It is about a man who is raising his children in the woods, and about their life, and about how what's the right balance between a conventional childhood and an unconventional childhood, and is it right to raise your children in a different way? Is it right to raise them how everyone else raises them? Is it right to be unconventional or conventional? And yeah, it's just love it. And I have to say, actually, Captain Fantastic, the dad, would be one of my film crushes as well, because he is awesome in this film. So that is my quick fire questions about my best films so far. Is this something that you guys have enjoyed? Because if it is, I can do another one for the end of the year. I hope that you all like watching films as much as I do, and let me know if you love any of those films or if you're planning on watching any of them, and I will be back with another usual book episode soon. Okay, take care, bye.